the Navigators, the organization that Bryce is part of, has historically been one of the pioneers and strongest ministries anywhere in the world related to disciple making. My life was impacted dramatically while I was in college, but you've been at it for 25 years at least through the Navs. Bryce, how has making disciples among college students kind of changed over the years? Give us kind of a brief little snapshot of that.
Yeah, good question, and I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts on that too. I would say in some ways everything has stayed the same, just as you said. You share the gospel, and it's amazing what happens. Sometimes we make it so complex, and we chase the latest bandwagon. I tell my staff, you have to pay attention to bandwagons because there are cultural and generational things you need to learn from that. Yeah. Just don't jump on it. Mm-hmm. Right. Mm-hmm. So pay attention to the things that are happening. The new students are coming in. If you're not studying Generation Z, you got your head in a hole. But don't get so excited about Gen Z that you overcomplicate the gospel and say it won't work anymore. Right. It's amazing to me how many people say things won't work. And you go, well, what are you doing? And they're not really leading people to Christ, right? And so I would say a few observations that I found, Steve, are this generation in particular. It does seem like they really want it to be theirs. They don't want to be a cog in my ministry machine. And so what I try to do is think through it. If you're pouring concrete, my job is to put in the forms and then let them mix and pour the concrete to where it feels like it's theirs. That's harder for me because I want, I have my vision of how I want to see it happen. But boy, it's a whole lot better. And what I'm finding is the strong young leaders, they're going to just do their own thing. And I don't want to just have those who want to be a part of a ministry machine that say whatever you think, Bryce, or you just came down off the mountain with your tablets, tell us what we're doing. I want them to be on their face before the Lord saying, God, we want to do this. And so, so to me, some of that's more me having to just adapt to go, they have hearts of revolutionaries more now than I think before. They know that neither political nor social reform ultimately is going to change things. And those who have gotten off mission and gone down that, they'll often come back to, well, man, you guys seem to actually be leading people to Christ, and those people are growing. And so, so I try to help them really just turn them loose and fire them up to do that. So I've got two guys that were just over for breakfast that are leading a bunch of high schoolers, and they're leading in the ROTC program. And it's amazing when it's theirs and they feel like it's theirs, how they'll get up and these guys will be down on campus at 2 a.m. sharing the gospel, and they have PT in 3 hours, and it's theirs, it's their vision. Right. And the key is for me to let it feel like it's their vision, but I don't just let them pour concrete wherever they want. So I need to put the forms of, hey, here's our mission. This is our mission statement. Let's make sure what we're doing is consistent with that. So we have what we call our irreducible minimums. I'll send the link for that too. There's a CMT article on that we've only got 10 plates on the table. That's really exciting that you guys want to do this homeless shelter. Which one of our plates are we going to take off to put that homeless shelter plate on there? Like this, that is awesome. God made each one of these plates is on trial its entire life. So we may take one off. Which one should we take off? Should we take off scripture memory, or should we take off the nations? And eventually they'll go, man, this is really important, but I think what God's calling us to is essentially evangelism, discipleship, and missions. And so, but I want them to see that, not just me tell them. So there's a whole lot of, I don't know if I've told you guys, I got kicked out of my own ministry a couple of years ago where some new students came in and they didn't know that I was the one that had started the ministry. And I realized they probably need some more forms, like their concrete's going everywhere. They're getting off mission. So I kind of reeled it back in and said, okay, the Bible, that is one of our forms. That's what drives us, not just the latest books or the latest ministry ideas. And oh, by the way, Jesus, we should talk about Jesus a lot, not just, reaching the campus, but we want to reach them with Jesus. And one of the guys was like, hey man, I love that you fundraise for us and we love that you help out, but we just want to make sure this is our ministry. And to me, it was a success that they felt like that. And as I started talking to him, he had no idea that I had started the ministry. And he was like, I am so embarrassed. I said, can I just tell you how this thing started? And his fear was you're trying to control this and take over, because it was the first time I had kind of come back in and given a lot of firm direction. And I thought, that is awesome that you felt like, hey, this is mine. Do you feel like I've tried to take over in the past? Like, as you've looked at this, is there any evidence? Like, to me, success is you're leading it. So I think that's a big thing, is that it has to be theirs. And I want to see them, they care more about other ministries than probably we did. I think we can tend to feel excited about our piece of the kingdom. So I like them to work collaboratively with other ministries. Every spring, I encourage them, hey, I want you to take money from what you earn this summer, and we're going to put that toward reaching freshmen. And so, that'll be thousands of dollars with your student leaders and everyone. And then as we get into the fall, I say, hey, which ministry are we going to give this to help them reach freshmen? Wow. And so, crew will show up, and they know that they all have Starbucks gift cards that they're going to take freshmen that they reached to go follow up, that the navigators gave them. And it just, communicates, hey, we're for you. We're all reaching this campus together. And it helps our students feel like, yes, they are not our competition. There's so many lost people. Let's do that together. Right. I think they care about that.